First time creator spotlight guest, longtime supporter, AaronShack.
Hello.
Hello.
He's like, I don't want to say hi to you guys. Yes, for the many episodes that you have basically co-hosted on, it is now your time.
Awesome.
Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
We kind of did have an episode that touched on games that we were looking forward to this year, so was there anything in particular that you were looking forward to?
This year,
Yeah, I mean, a hard maybe on this year if they don't get pushed back again, but yeah.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
yeah. As far as we know, I mean, I was really looking forward to Rainbow Six Extraction, so I'm hoping I enjoy that. Elden Ring comes out soon. I'm pretty hyped about that. Last one might be that Horizon Forbidden West. That looks good.
Okay.
But there's not much this year, I think, other than, you know what else? Plague Tale Requiem. That was the rat game. You remember that one?
Yeah.
You played the original?
Yeah, the original was killer.
Is the original good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Really?
It's like a stealth game, like The Last of Us. You know, you're like throwing rocks to distract guards and sneaking past them, and watching rats devour people.
That's what's up. I've heard a lot about it, but
It's a sleeper hit, that game. It's not one that immediately looks like it's amazing. It kind of came out of nowhere, and I thought it was a pretty good story. So I'm actually excited to see where they go next.
I love rats in video games.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a rat trend currently. And it's taking gaming by storm. First it was ninjas, then it was zombies, now it's rats.
It's always zombies.
yeah, or vampires.
So can we talk about your New Year's resolution?
Oh, okay.
Just a bit. Yeah, I saw your tweet.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
follow.
what? I have a lot to say about that tweet. I was very... I don't know how to
Wait a
take
minute,
it.
can somebody clue me in on the tweet? I don't have Twitter.
Well, for the people in the back, like Kong, who
I'm
doesn't
old.
believe
Leave
in
me
Twitter.
alone.
My God, why is this? No, you're not. You're literally the
Listen,
youngest
my
person in here.
bifocals.
You want everybody to know that? Too late, you baby.
How does Twitter work?
Well, specifically, let me be nice. Read it for Kong, because Kong is like.
That's exactly what I say.
So on January 1st, being the 20 of 22s, the AaronShack64 tweeted, "My New Year's resolution is to dump social media. You'll find me on YouTube, creating content, connecting with the community on Discord, and creating special content just for Patreon. Happy 2022, everybody." You know what he didn't include in that? Was podcasting, because he's here.
Oh, I forgot about
He's like, damn it. Cut.
Listen, it's only 120 characters. I couldn't throw in the Etsy store and the OnlyFans, and
It's like, damn it, punctuation.
yeah, I had to start cutting out commas and periods and stuff just to get all that in there.
So why the quittage of social medias?
Oof. A lot of things. But I guess what I should mention first is that it's actually one of the most interacted tweets that I've had in quite a while. It's got 147 impressions, 11 likes. I know those are rookie numbers to most people, but
No, that's Kong liking it over and over again. It's okay.
yeah, it's just Kong on duplicate accounts.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I log into Twitter every day with a new account.
I was trying to figure out the button.
That's why none of the likes have profile pictures. They've all been deleted.
Right. They're all silhouettes.
Things happen.
But yeah, ironically, it's the most interacted tweet that I've had. So I was like, am I are people liking this tweet because they're like, good, glad he's gone. Hate all his annoying
Damn AaronShack.
his annoying Twitter posts. They're like, good, get out of here.
That guy. We like this twice.
You're toxic to Twitter. Like, me?
I think maybe they just like the idea of maybe doing like a purge of being on social media and dealing with all the toxicity and the arguments, and that's really what it boiled down to me. I was looking at Twitter and I was kind of trying to see is this helping with people finding my stream? Are they really clicking on the link to find me on YouTube or wherever else? For the most part, if I post anything, if it's not me promoting something I'm doing or something my friends are doing, it's probably just me talking about cool stuff that I like. And I've noticed that whenever I do that, if I'm like, oh, new Spider-Man movie looks dope, first comment will be, new Spider-Man movie sucks. You're a loser. Why are you talking about this? Like, like it'll be people you don't even know. I just don't get it. I've been on Twitter for a long time, and I feel like the value's lost unless, and occasionally I'm interacting with other people on Twitter, and that's always fun when the conversations are playful and friendly and stuff, but those are so few and far between that I was like, you know what? Let's see how I do without Twitter. Let's just jump off and let's focus on making content at places where people are more likely to find me, more likely to interact, and I can cut down on the fluff of having to do live tweets and stuff like that. I just don't do it anymore. If you ring the notification bell on YouTube, you're gonna know when the live streams hit and when the videos hit.
And even with like the way that the algorithm is like now with all social media, it's not even just Twitter, your timeline, you have to force it to be in chronological order. IG, you can't even do that, but on Twitter, you have to actually go back and hit a setting to make it, appear in chronological order. So people might just miss your live tweet or that you're going live tweet.
That's literally the worst thing that could happen is someone seeing my live tweet like 12 hours after the stream's over.
Like yesterday. Like, wait, what?
What?
Like, I'm here, Aaron.
But the beauty of living content, people, he is on YouTube, so you can go watch
You
that
can
content.
still click the link
Like
and watch the live stream post.
He'll even say hi to you. Not personally, but he'll say hello, King.
Yeah, I'll still say hi at the beginning of the video, and I'll say bye.
Hello, insert Twitter user here. So since it's like a Twitter thing, are there any aspects of it that you would change if you could?
Like aspects of Twitter or how I interact with Twitter?
Yeah.
I mean, I am worried about the aspects of like Twitter is important if you want to interact with other brands, right? Like if you want to tweet at Xbox and try to get some sort of sponsorship or some sort of deal going, that might put you at a slight disadvantage if you're just not using the platform at all. But I'm having a really hard time just gaining a foothold on Twitter. You have to be popular enough on Twitter for anyone to really care about you or to see your stuff. And so I just felt like it's a lost cause, and there's a lot of toxicity on the site. And I also just get a lot of spoilers for stuff. And I thought, you know what, if I just cut out Twitter, the amount of spoilers I'm trying to dodge or getting unintentionally because every news article in my feed is like trying to spoil Spider-Man for me right now.
Wait, you still haven't seen it?
I still haven't seen it. The movie theaters here are not a good place to be with the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So I'm holding out for the Blu-ray release, I guess.
I mean, you got a couple more weeks.
Yikes.
You'll be fine.
I get it.
Yeah, rural Texas is not where the vaxxed people are.
It's where the COVID is.
Yeah, it's where the COVID is, and the numbers are bad. Yeah.
Were you involved? It's just Twitter, right? You didn't have anything on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, I still have stuff on Instagram, but I've also kind of slowed down on posting there as well. I just decided to do like pretty much a social media purge. Because I was already off Facebook, and that changed my life. Like,
No, Meta book. Get it right.
yeah, not
that what it's
arguing.
called? Meta?
Yeah, it's called Metaverse.
No,
Or
it's
Meta.
still called Facebook. Meta is the parent company.
It's
that
all
owns
stupid.
everything.
Mark Zuckerberg sucks.
They're going to make a whole VR verse that we're going to live in and send each other NFTs and dress our little avatars up like ourselves or like
How
a
is
giraffe,
that
maybe.
I mean, that literally has existed for years. So the fact that people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this now," it's just like,
It's very cringe.
why? I see the pandemic cabin feverish appeal of it because people don't have shit to do. But like people are buying like real estate virtually. It's like, why don't you actually go buy real land. I don't understand.
Nigga, $450,000?
That's just goofy, but hey,
Man.
metaverse.
Let's make the trends of the pandemic permanent. Like Zoom calls will be the new
Right.
way
Let's
to
stay in.
communicate. Going to visit each other at a coffee shop is dead. That's so last year.
Virtually. Let's just have a virtual coffee date, guys.
Yeah,
That's weird. That
it
makes
is
me
weird.
uncomfortable. That makes my skin itch.
It's very socially, yeah.
I can't wait to get
I'll
back
stop
out
there.
and actually sit down with other people
Do things?
and do things. Yeah.
Man.
I can't believe one of the things I wanted to do before the pandemic hit. I wanted to go to Comic-Con. Right now, I can't even imagine going to a convention right now with people
Oh, no.
raw dogging air, as it were.
Exactly.
I mean,
Fighting the maskless? Nah.
and even if you do, it's so many people who already pulled out of the convention that it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, and Kong was saying that, people pulling out on the conventions, like, just different booths and such, pulling out, that it's like, why even go? Because, like, the good people won't be there because they'll be like, we don't want to spread COVID.
They said CES this year was not, it was barren. I don't even think LG actually pulled up. And they normally have some of the biggest displays for the TVs and stuff like that.
I mean, companies were there, but it's just not a place that you're going to go to actually play with the electronics, which is what that show's about specifically. I mean, you're not really going to want to touch all the electronics and somebody's going to really disinfect them after every use. No, they're not going to do. They barely do that at regular conventions, so yeah.
Not at all.
Having to hire Lysol people, come on.
Yeah, and I would have loved to have gone to E3 before it kind of collapsed and just became irrelevant, I would say.
Right. Everybody started hosting their own. Very separatist. Oh, gaming.
Come on, gaming.
It used to be exciting.
Well, I like what Jeff Keighley did with the Summer Game Fest. I think that was pretty successful. It's not a cringy show to watch, and it's, he has relationships with some of the biggest names in gaming, and he also makes sure to chase down those indie developers as well and follow their projects and promote them, which E3 only cares about, whoever's got the money or the connections. But in regards to social media, with Facebook, it was very easy to just uninstall the app from my phone and maybe just check in via the computer every now and then. You get a lot less ads that are like creeping on, just stuff you're talking about while your phone's in your pocket, and then all of a sudden you get an ad.
Their targeted ads are crazy. Just like a small FYI, yeah, Facebook owns a lot of you people's data. And I'm going to say you people because for those of you who are active on Facebook, they own a lot of your data.
Yeah, so I mean, all that stalkerish stuff is gone.
People don't realize that. Like, people don't realize when you put stuff on Facebook, when you put stuff on Instagram, when you put stuff that Mark Zuckerberg owns, he owns it. Like, your stuff is his. And they put that in the rules. It's just nobody is sitting there actually reading what's going on behind the scenes because it's just like, oh, I want my friends to see what I'm doing, where I'm doing it at, and how long it's taking me to do it. Oh, you also want other people to see? That's not okay, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And Instagram has gotten really... I just don't even see posts from my friends anymore. It's so ad-targeted and so...
It's so spammy.
Yeah, it's real spammy. It's very TikTok-y. It's trying to always post like...
It's too TikTok-y. Instagram literally used to be still photos. That was the appeal of Instagram. Not your reels, not your videos. I don't know. Or your stories or whatever the hell else you're posting on there. Like, it's literally like scrolling through TikTok.
It is.
It's very strange.
And I used to enjoy Instagram the most because it was a way to connect with other guitarists, other content creators, photographers. It's always cool to see stuff like that. And it's removed...
It was so creative.
From the politics that you see on Facebook. It's removed from the drama you see on Twitter. But now, because of the whole TikTok, Snapchat revolution, everyone's trying to copy each other. Now it's just garbage. And so even Instagram...
The short 15-second story personalization of your freaking timeline. It's ridiculous. It's a lot.
I hate it.
It's so bad.
It's literally all about selling ads. I just can't even find what my friends are posting unless they're posting stories.
All the wrong reasons that you can possibly be social.
So I guess the question is now, is Discord any better? And that's starting to be my favorite place to really connect with people socially. I know it's weird, but...
Is it? Not weird. I've been on Discord since it's been out. But for me, Discord's going down the drain. It's very commercialized now. It's quite...
It is.
Let's see, morphing into a social media site, if you will. The server customization has obviously grown from just basic basic voice chats, people, to full-blown chat rooms and different types of channels and everything. And like the customization and, you know, the experience, if you will. It's great, but in some aspects, it's kind of like all of this stuff exists on social media and it's kind of like here already. And depending on what server you're in, it kind of behaves like social media in a sense.
You do have to be cautious.
So, yeah.
But it is my favorite place if I'm interacting with friends or doing something stream related. You're able to have really good high quality voice chats. If you're streaming, you know, you can have a private chat room where you can just interact with the people that you want your live stream to hear. And it's got all that stuff, you know, you can post your go live links and all that stuff and interact with your community, other people's communities. That's the good part of it. But yeah, it is starting to slip into everything starting to be monetized, and pretty soon it seems like core features of the app might be monetized at some point.
You see nothing yet. Oh, it's coming. Get into those subscription tiers, but yeah, prepare yourselves.
Well, and the other thing is partnership is hard to maintain and even get on Discord.
You have to have like a booming server to even be like partnered with them.
I saw Twitch partners straight up just lose partnerships, and like really big channels with massive communities and active Discords that have a lot of different people chatting all the time, interacting with each other. You know, their communities are very much a living thing without the streamer having to be present. And they were still losing their partnerships. And they were like, you know what? Just F Discord. Like, I'm not going to try to get it back. What do you mean?
That's a lot to maintain.
And was it worth it? Was it worth all that?
Wait a minute. Why were they losing partnerships over? That is something new. I've never even heard that before.
Yeah, if you don't have enough chatters or enough people interacting in your server, that partnership can disappear.
It basically has to be active. So, to kind of break it down into Twitch rules, because a lot of people understand that basically the tiers of engagement have to be met. And if you don't meet that, it's a wrap. Because you are a public-facing server. And you have to uphold those rules.
That is, wow. Jeez. All right, then.
That's funny to you? Is Discord a joke to you?
I guess not now. Good grief.
It really is. That's crazy.
Shoot, that's wild.
Yeah, that's the other side that people don't understand. It's a lot.
They're a business.
I mean, yeah, I understand.
Oh, yeah, they're a business. People thinking like, oh, Discord's free. All right. They're making a lot of money on the back end.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like Discord for, you know, actually interact with people that I like. That's the only reason. I'm extremely new to Discord. I started using it, 2 years ago?
Yesterday. Welcome.
Pretty much. So all the back end things I never really knew about. I mean, I still don't know much about Discord besides I just hop in and voice chat with people, and outside of that, I don't do nothing else. So finding out all this stuff is wild.
I mean, it's worth looking into, especially if it's like an active program you're using, just so you know what's up with it. Because even when they first started out, I had people that wouldn't get on because they were just like, no, they asked too many permissions. So yeah, it's worth looking into at least as a user. You don't have to go as deep as community creation and that aspect of it if you aren't a part of community servers, or if you don't care, or if you don't mod a lot of servers either. Stay on the consumer end and read those rules at least. Yeah, and read the damn terms of service, people. What's wrong with people like breaking rules every like I didn't know. Yeah, okay.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Not there to just react with the check mark so you can get into the server, you weirdos.
What? This isn't somewhere I can post porn?
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, listen, you can have your little demon time channel if you want to, like a lot of y'all do, but whatever, not judging. But have your parameters in order. Don't have NSFW channels that aren't marked NSF. You know what? I'm not terms of service. You
Yeah.
go read that. I'll even put them in the description for you. That's how nice I am.
Lady G
That
coming
is
through for the
nice.
win.
Some people go to some people's servers. Whoa, the heck did I just walk in?
Whoa, cheeks. Not cheeks I want to see. Whose cheeks are these? Whose cheeks are these? Get these cheeks out of my face.
Get into the TOS, people, please. So you made the full transition to YouTube from a Twitch star.
Oh
he
my
was really
God.
famous on Twitch, people. He turned his back on
Yeah.
us, his entire audience, and he left us midstream
Sure
and just
did.
went to YouTube. Do you have tips for creators who want to make the transition from other platforms to YouTube?
So to be clear, I did 6 years on Twitch and I
You
left.
see how he said that? I did 6 years. Does that sound like he's loyal to us?
I served my time. In the clink, I shanked everybody on the way out. Like, but yeah, I was frustrated with the way Twitch was running their site and still are. And I started to see that my audience was growing on YouTube, and all I was doing was, for maybe about the last 2 or 3 years before I left Twitch, I was pushing my VODs over to YouTube and just using that as a way to store them. And people could go to the YouTube and watch old streams and playthroughs of games. And I had them pretty organized by playlist and title of the game. And so that's a great start that I recommend for anybody, is like, if you're streaming on Twitch, as soon as you end the stream, your content's dead. Nobody's going to watch it or find the VOD. And after 14 days, I think it just disappears. Like, it just vanishes. So you should be, if you don't like the idea of your time being wasted and you don't want your content rotting, you should be either clipping it, throwing it on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or uploading your full VODs to YouTube. If you want to do some editing, to cut out your be right back screens or your just chatting commentary before and after stream or whatever, you can do stuff like that. And there's free tools for that. There's DaVinci Resolve, which is a free video editing software that I use. Very high quality, right up there with Adobe's Premiere Pro. Has all the same features, except it's free. I would start uploading VODs because I noticed, especially at the start of 2021, which is when I made the switch, I just noticed in the months preceding, I was like, okay, I've got people watching, and it seems to be more people than on Twitch, and this could be something I could build. I could potentially get monetized on YouTube. I could form a community of like-minded individuals. A lot of Twitch is you're sharing audiences with people, you're rating other streams, and your community is only members of the communities that you interact with, right?
Yep.
So if I don't raid Kong, then Kong's friends don't know who I am, so they don't come to my stream, and my people won't know Kong if I don't raid him, so...
Or they pretend to know you. That's a whole nother thing.
You probably don't want that anyway.
Yeah, nobody owns viewers, they're all shared. They can watch whatever they want. It's all a shared audience, yeah, and it's like...
Absolutely. That community aspect is good in some instances.
It's good and bad.
Comes to like the whole becoming affiliate thing and trying to push people towards, making and maintaining goals, cool. But then it becomes kind of stale because a lot of people aren't for community. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fair.
We all done Twitch. Y'all been doing Twitch longer than me. So I just learned quick what type of people and what type of, y'all can't see my hands, quote unquote, communities can, quote unquote, expand through your Twitch. and it's very disingenuous, and it sucks because the people that you thought was actually there for you aren't there for you. The people who you try to be equals with feel that they're not equal with you, and it's weird. It's a weird give and take. It's a weird struggle to the top, and it's like kind of all doing the same thing. We all kind of suck, so I, I don't see you. I don't see you being any greater than me, so I don't understand why. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
There's a lot of one-sided relationships in the streaming world, so you think you have people supporting you, but they're really in it just to maybe borrow your viewers. They say, "Hey, I'm going live right after Kong, so come over to my channel. I'll be live all night."
Borrow your viewers? What about steal your actual ideas? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even.
It's dog eat dog out there.
Command lurk. Gonna go stream now.
We're generally just talking about Twitch and YouTube culture. So I mean,
yeah, we're talking about pitfalls of Twitch. So I mean, typically, this is literally kind of how we started the podcast.
Why I left Twitch. Yeah.
Get it together, Twitch. But see that you still have not gotten it together. There are certain aspects of it that are not as easy to come by, I'll say. Because when you're building a community, you're good at being social and actually drawing in people and cultivating that type of camaraderie and culture. It's great while it lasts, but then it kind of turns sour quickly because people tend to take advantage of you in the situation. That's basically what Kong was saying, but he wanted to insert several expletives.
Man.
Very eloquently said.
Man. It's so weird, man. Like, Twitch has become... Okay, so my question is, do you all feel that it's the people behind Twitch, or do you just feel that it's the people using Twitch? Or is it both? That just makes it such a unwelcoming place.
Yes. Both.
The responsibility lies on both, but let's start with the people of Twitch first. Like Twitch down, and then we'll get into the actual viewership and the streamers. So from Twitch, they're very slow. Mm-hmm. When it comes to public safety, as well as just general topics that affect streamers as well as viewers. So this can be anything as far as, I know I'm going to bring this back, hate raids.
Yeah.
General harassment, spam, and just things that are pretty easy to code away from your site and discouraged through like simple security systems, through logins and whatever else have you. But they seem to implement features when it's a little too late, and they're very reactionary when it comes to stuff like this. To me, I feel like they're more so focused on the content. Of course, that's what keeps them living and breathing. When somebody's live, that's concurrent views on their website. They're getting paid for that. I mean, streamers, quote unquote, are getting paid for that too, because, oh my God, somebody dropped biddies and subs on me that they're taking a large ass cut from anyway. But you know what? That's not what we're talking about. Let's stick to Twitch. So they're getting paid for you being on this site. So I'm not going to say that they force the harassment by not essentially reacting to it and, ratifying the situation. They just don't do it as fast as they should. And that's low-key abusive.
This leads into a lot of the reasons why I left. Once I learned that the revenue splits at YouTube and Patreon were much higher, I immediately shifted focus. I was like, okay, got the Patreon running, and I told all my subs on Twitch, I was like, hey, if you want to continue to support the stream, do it on Patreon. I'll try to provide content there as I can, and introduce benefits and stuff like that, because it will take some time to get monetized on YouTube. And I think that's why a lot of people are scared of YouTube, is because it looks like a lot of work. You got to do the tags, the title, the thumbnail. You've got to edit videos, in maybe not every video, but I mean, it certainly helps to have some edited videos that draw people to your channel. So there's that. There's the abuse stuff on Twitch, and I was really starting to get tired of the culture of like, if I didn't raid someone for a while, then they just wouldn't raid me back. It was like, there was like really weird like keeping score. Yeah, and I was like, I never take stuff personal. I'm just like, if someone doesn't raid me, I'm like, well, maybe they wanted to raid a streamer that was playing something similar to them, or maybe they wanted to give someone else a chance.
Yeah, or maybe they just wanted to get offline. How about that?
as much as we love ourselves, it can't all be about us. You know, you have to sort of spread the love and if you want to win. So I started to realize that Twitch was really not for everybody, but in my case, it does seem a little pyramid schemy. You know, there's only a couple of streamers at the top that are getting all the cheese, and then us down at the bottom are fighting over the scraps, and we're getting into squabbles over who said what and who did this and who did that and who hasn't rated me and how long. And I just started to get really tired to the point where I just kind of quit rating people. The last few weeks I was on Twitch, I was like, I just kind of thought, you know what, I need to start getting used to like just ending the stream, wishing people well, letting them know when the next video is going to drop or whatever I'm doing next. And if I can mention someone else, that's great, but I'll just be like, man, I just don't want to start trouble and get into more drama, which is very much Twitch and Twitter tied together. There is a lot of streamer drama there. And so I think by going my own way with YouTube, I'm avoiding most of that, because there's also filters on words that they're allowed in the stream and in the comments section. So I just uploaded like a whole list of just like cuss words, slurs, and slurs with numbers in them and stuff, you know, as people try to exploit different ways to type stuff like that. So YouTube has that and Twitch doesn't. So if you want to talk about simple things that they could have implemented, I just copy pasted like 1,000 cuss words and slurs, that words that I don't even understand, some of them, and I just copy pasted them into the settings menu here on YouTube, and I don't see nasty comments. I really don't. If someone has a nasty comment, it's about the merits of my video or something I said in the video. They're like, oh, Spider-Man sucks. But if they try to call Spider-Man, you know, some sort of offensive slur, that's not going to show up at all. So there's a lot that YouTube does better.
Yeah, the channel dashboard and like moderation tools on YouTube, compared to Twitch, you can't even compare the two. Twitch could never.
You can, if you like data, you'll overdose on YouTube's. If you're a data person, you like to know who's watching your video, how long, what's the average duration that people are watching your video. Are they watching the video all the way through, or is it just the first 2 minutes? Like, if you want to know all those details, YouTube has it. And so because of that, you can make better decisions about your content, whether it's live streaming or short form videos and discussions and stuff. There's a lot of details there, and you can know how often your video's being clicked on, what your click-through rate is. That's something that people are really concerned about, is impressions and click-through rates. And it doesn't take much to just start a channel, get a couple videos out, and once you have enough videos out, YouTube can start pulling that data and sort of have an idea of what you're doing and how to, because YouTube wants to recommend videos that are relevant to viewers. If I watch a lot of videos about dating and dating advice, then YouTube is going to look for videos that are relevant to the dating advice videos I've already listened to, right? It's going to say, oh, top 10 ways to get a girlfriend. Okay, well, let's see if we can find 5 other creators that have a video on that same topic, or another topic that's relevant to that. How to find a deep, meaningful relationship, how to get married, whatever it may be, right? So YouTube wants to find that. But if you're making videos that are contrary, if you all of a sudden start making or watching videos about puppies or something, YouTube gets a little confused. They're like, wait a minute, thought you wanted dating videos, thought you watched gaming and listened to music, but now you like puppies. So the algorithm has to shift. And if you as a channel are inconsistent in what you're creating, if at first you're doing gaming, but then you start doing arts and crafts, and then you also record, I've noticed the videos I record of my dog don't do well on my channel. They might do well during a live stream when the dog shows up and everybody thinks it's cute, but people are not there to watch specifically dog vlogging content.
We want to see the dog game, Aaron. That's what we want.
You have to be smart and intentional about it. but it's immediately paid off. I've found an audience of people that like not only video games, but Marvel and DC video games, and talking about that type of content. And whenever a new game comes out, or if there's even old games that I've been playing on the channel, games that I'm really passionate about, whether it was Death Stranding, Splinter Cell, I went back and played old Indiana Jones games. Those videos blew up and got thousands of views, and it's because it was me playing something that's kind of rare, but also something I enjoy, something I'm passionate about, and people genuinely like to see you creating good content, being happy, being yourself, being authentic is also pretty good, I think.
So do you feel like YouTube just gave you a new form of freedom to just play video? I know Twitch, a lot of people are looking for something specific. So do you feel like with YouTube, you're just able to do whatever? Like, you just know in the back of your mind, listen, I'm going to play whatever game I want to play. And I know that somebody out there is going to be like, oh, okay, I'm glad he played this, so let me go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, for the most part, that's really hard to do on Twitch, because Twitch has it by category, which means you gotta be streaming a game that's somewhat relevant, and you have to have the most viewers if you want to be at the very top of the category and found by even more viewers, right? So that's why I get into sort of the pyramid scheme there. But with YouTube, if I have tags, a title, a description, a thumbnail that is exciting, maybe shows me, maybe it shows the characters in the game, some sort of action happening, and then I have, very little text, but enough that it's visible and legible and people can understand. Because, when people are scrolling YouTube, they're just seeing thumbnails. So if your thumbnail is not attractive, it's the same on Netflix and Hulu and all these other streaming services. If the thumbnail doesn't look good, if it doesn't look appealing to you, then it's not going to draw you to it. So yeah, YouTube has given me the tools in order to, I could probably technically stream any game I want, and as long as I take the skills that I've learned in creating thumbnails, coming up with a good title, the tags, which is just, tags are just relevant details to, let's say, the video game. So if I'm playing Spider-Man, then the tags are like Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, Spider-Man PS5, Spider-Man 2018. I'm trying to think of keywords that people are searching for, and those are typically what I need to make sure are in the tags, the title, the description, and all that needs to be, at least with the tags and title, that stuff needs to be short and relevant. The description, you can have all your links to where you create content, any other things. You got a website, you got a book or something, you can link to all that. And you can also have maybe affiliate links if you're sponsored by a certain game or a company. You could throw all that in there. But once again, YouTube really likes to have people on their site. So the other thing you should be doing is having end cards at the end of the video. So just like Netflix, how they ask, are you still watching? Do you want to watch episode 3 now that you watched episode 2? You need to have those on your videos. So once you get enough videos, you can start sort of forming a series and making sure that one video leads to the next. And if you're creating videos about one topic, make sure that videos, you connect videos in that topic. So when I make Avengers content, all of those videos are in a sequential order. They all link to each other. And I think about what would someone want to watch next after they watched me playing as Spider-Man. They probably want to know, okay, what about his build video? We should link to that next. We should link to the live stream I did last week that was really good or something, So those are the tools that YouTube has given me in order to help me find an audience, connect with that audience, create content based on stuff that I love. I'm not playing one game that I don't enjoy or that I get burned out on. So I have so much freedom, which is great.
Yeah. And how long did it take freaking Twitch to go ahead and get tags,
A long time.
relevant tags,
Too little,
I'll
too
say,
late.
on their system. Yeah, no.
And it's limited. Isn't there a limit? There's only like 5 or 10 or something that you can equip at one time, and you have to sort. Which there are limits on YouTube, but it's like 500 characters. That's a lot of tags.
It's like to the point where it's spammy.
I can change them. Yeah, I can change them with each topic, you know? If I'm playing Star Trek, I can change all the tags and make them relevant towards Star Trek and space exploration, whatever.
That's dope.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked, why haven't you come back? It's like, I just can't imagine booting up a stream over there.
Like, why would I want to?
The monetization was good because it was very easy to get to affiliate, but Twitch is taking a major cut.
Yeah.
They're taking half of your money that you're making. And if you don't make $100 within, 45 days now, then you don't see any of that money. So imagine how much affiliate money that they're pocketing right now. And affiliates are seeing $0 of it because they don't have enough viewers that can contribute money financially. That's often a struggle on Twitch. You know, not every viewer is a bit gifter and sub gifter and all these different things. So it can be really hard to find that foothold, and that can change overnight. If you start streaming a different game, all of a sudden half your audience could be gone because maybe they just don't like that game, which means they don't renew their sub, or they're not there in chat interacting, so they're not dropping bits. And if they're not in chat, then that's one less chatter you have, which means you sit further down in the category, less likely to be found. So a lot of issues there with Twitch, and it would have been nice to have, because I did both for a while. I was doing Twitch and uploading to YouTube and occasionally making special videos to YouTube, but doing both was exhausting. It was way too much, and it was nice I was getting an extra $100, $200 a month from Twitch. But I realized endgame YouTube would be a better move. Even if I didn't make money right away, I was just going to have to take a chance on myself and whatever audience I'd built up, and whatever portion of that audience even transfers to YouTube. How many people will follow to a different app when they don't have brand loyalty to YouTube? How many people will get bitter and jealous and leave your Discord? Or how many other... Yeah. No, we're getting real now. We're getting nasty. You want the gossip? It's how many people, because you can no longer raid them on Twitch because you're not streaming on Twitch. They just all of a sudden unsubscribe to everything you do because they're like, well, where's the quid pro quo? Well, it turns out if we were real friends, I would still be supporting your channel and still be watching your fire content. Yeah. I'm still on Twitch. I still go watch and support friends, but I'm not gonna. It's good riddance to the people that cut ties with me in that way, and they know who they are. I don't need to call them out or anything, but
I mean, they weren't real supporters to begin with, so there's
they
that.
weren't, and that hurts because we did create a lot of content together and such, and just to see how when I can't do something to help you, all of a sudden it's, oh, well, screw you.
Yeah.
And that's why when you ask me the question, it's like, Twitch is Twitch. It's always going to be a business. It's always going to be a company. Them niggas at the top ain't going to care about the little people whatsoever. But it's the actual people of Twitch that's the issue. Like, oh, Twitch needs to stop hate raids, or niggas just need to stop being terrible people.
Yeah. Because a lot of that... Wait, let me spill this little piece. A lot of that was self-imposed. I will say that. A lot of y'all literally did that to yourselves. And the funny thing is, it shouldn't even be funny. Some people would basically orchestrate a hate raid and essentially raid someone else, Aaron. I don't know if you were around for this portion of the drama. Raid somebody else and then basically act as if, well, I thought if I raided you, it would stop. As opposed to just logging off for the day.
And people did that a lot.
That's weird.
You just said like, well, what sense does that make? Just close it. Like when I got raided, when I got raided, Aaron was there. I forgot.
Yeah.
You both
Yeah.
were there. When I got raided, it was literally.
Yeah, we all were there. And mind you, this is before that whole blowout of shenanigans last year. This was the year prior to. This has been going on for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Why? Oh, Twitch needs. It's been going on for years. Like, I don't understand why all of a sudden now y'all want to feel some type of way. No, nigga, this is something that they don't care. So I can't sit here and say, oh, Twitch needs to do that and the other. I know they're not gonna do that because they still making money. You still gonna be sitting there streaming. The concern to me, it ain't ever been Twitch. It's the niggas don't Twitch. Niggas suck.
It's the entire gaming community of Twitch. Yeah, has a racism and sexism issue.
It's Twitch. Twitch is Xbox. Twitch is literally Xbox Live. That is what Twitch has become. Twitch has become Xbox Live. And I'm talking back
360. Thank you. Specifically, because now it's just like, meh, but yeah.
Good, effing, blackity, F this, you F word, you, all of that. This is what Twitch is. I mean, I understand and applaud you, Aaron, because you did the right thing. You did the smart thing. I mean, if I had the time, I'd gladly follow in your footsteps. But my first step was giving up Twitch. I go watch people. I even thought about coming back, and then I was like, nah. Like, it wasn't even. It just became. It became tiresome. It all goes back to the community that you thought you had, and then watching that literally blow up in your face multiple times over just because you trying to be nice.
There is no nice on Twitch.
Like, hey, nigga, what? Why am I doing this?
Right, thank you. All the time.
Exactly. I'm trying to build something that's positive. Like that's one of the main reasons why I left. The positivity of what you try to put in to the whole idea of community and gaming and stuff like that, it just goes out the window because niggas are in it for themselves, which I understand. You got to be invested in yourself to be able to do this stuff and get further, but you don't have to be a dick about it. That's the problem.
But the connections that we formed over the past few years on Twitch have been pretty meaningful. I'd say the three of us having met, several other people that I've met over the past 6 years of streaming, the connections that endured, the people that were real with each other and were kind to each other, reach out every now and then, say, hey, what's up? You want to play this? You want to talk about that? Reaching out without an agenda. I've never reached out to you guys for like, hey, it's February. You want to be on one of my videos? We reach out organically. There's never. Listen.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what time
it's
it is.
Black Panther February. I need black creators on my stream.
That's because he reached out to us before this podcast.
But there have been meaningful connections and stuff like that endures regardless of platform, regardless of changes in the industry. You do have friends that are seasonal, maybe they're here for a little while and then they move on with their lives. But some friends are there for the long haul and other colleagues and co-creators and such. And it's been a good ride and it's been worth it. So I don't look back at the last 6 years and say, oh man, what a huge waste of time, because I learned the skills to acquire the gear that I have, to working over time, honing your craft, mastering OBS, video editing, the audio stuff that we have to do as streamers, as podcasters, the camera equipment, the lighting. There's so many things that we've had to learn over these years, and all that experience over the past 6 years has paid off, because as soon as I'm starting up year 2 now on YouTube, I mean, people come into my stream, they might say, oh, look at this, he only has 500 viewers. Oh, there's only like 10 active chatters in his stream. This guy seems new. But then they look at the camera quality, the audio quality, the different scenes I have, the games, my PC, all the tools I have to put on a good production. And they're like, oh, wait, this guy is every bit as good as, top #1 X streamer at the top,
As a streamer, do you hate that? Like, I feel like that gets annoying. Like, what difference does it make what kind of gear I'm rocking? If you here because you want to see the game, nigga, then watch the game and talk about the game. Like,
yeah, there's another good point, is that gear is also not the end game here. I saw someone last week using a Guitar Hero mic, and it was every bit as good a quality as any other USB mic. Some people are rocking, their phone as a camera or just a basic webcam. A lot of us started out with webcams, Logitech C920 type stuff. So at the end of the day, we do look at the big streamers and think, oh, we need the $300 mic, we need the $1,000 DSLR camera, but you really don't. If you have decent audio, or at least really good audio, if your audio is clear and understandable, then video doesn't matter as much, as long as it's maybe HD, or even if it's standard definition. If the audio is good, if you're entertaining, if the video is somewhat decent, you can go a long way with that content. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because some people might stream in 4K, but they might have terrible audio or a trash personality or whatever it may be. Their stream might not be entertaining.
There are a lot of boring people out there.
Yes, a lot of boring people with 4K setups.
But man, this is cool and all.
This will get me views. No, wow.
I'm asleep.
No, it doesn't guarantee anything.
Shoot.
That's very true. Kong was asleep and we didn't care.
Literally, we're making this joke, but he was sleeping.
He was asleep.
I was knocked out.
With a PlayStation mic, streaming the blue PlayStation screen, AFK.
Is he gonna wake up?
That was the wildest.
We watched for like an hour after
G,
that.
you was my moderator then, weren't you, G?
Yes, I was.
You in there.
Y'all got raided during that too. He got a raid and we were all like, everybody's like, what the hell is this? And we're like, no, we're listening to his snores. There's kind of a rhythm to it.
He's gonna snore. Watch, listen.
Kong's throwing down bars right now.
I woke up and I seen a whole bunch of people in the chat and I was like, oh,
Actively
just go ahead and turn
typing.
this off.
Mind you, it's like freaking 2 a.m. East Coast, and these fools are in there live in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
2020 was I mean, besides the pandemic hitting hard, 2020 was a fun year.
Absolutely.
It was a fun year for streaming because, man, I fell asleep on stream a couple of times.
I can't.
When everything, I think that's when you met the most genuine, and then it just trickled on to people being dicks.
Well, because people realize that life is precious. A lot of us were working dead-end jobs, and we saw the pandemic as a moment like, oh, hey, I can start up that small business I've been wanting to do, or I can start streaming. Seems like something fun to do since I'm at home anyway all day during the pandemic. So you see things like that, but then after a while, everybody starts getting in the hustle, and all of a sudden it's dog eat dog, You
started streaming more during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, I definitely picked up more hours, yeah. And especially when I was out of work for a little while because they had shut the church down. I'm a music director, so if I'm not performing music at the church, then I'm not there, then I'm not getting paid. And churches were not a good place to be, especially during lockdown and some of the worst parts of the pandemic. Yeah, being in an enclosed building, coughing all over each other, not a good idea.
Ugh.
So that was dangerous, but I was able to hone in my content and do that, invest in it.
Yeah, you was fan. I mean, when I first met you, I think he was playing Spider-Man. That's how I met you, and I was like, man, this guy's great. First of all, I'm not trying to say this to be, shady or anything. It wasn't a lot of people in the chat, so you was able to actually communicate and have a conversation and just interact and it was like, man, this is really cool.
That was one of the best things, yeah, was having that chat that was small enough that you can be interactive with. And I still fear the moment where things get out of control. I you know, I want to grow, but I also want to be able to still manage the chat. I want to still be able to chat with every single person and cultivate those relationships, because when you got like 4,000 chatters and, you know, the chat's just scrolling by so fast that you just can't interact with any of it, I feel like that would really take the fun out of streaming, because I stream to entertain, I stream to have conversations with people. So that's why I enjoyed that so much, and that's why having a tight stream of just a couple of viewers, that's no problem for me.
That's understandable. I mean, G knows all about that. She was Twitch famous, so she gets it.
Excuse me? Famous where?
She is famous.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Tens of viewers. But I think authenticity is key, and I think that's probably what drew a lot of us to each other. We looked at each other and saw authentic people. You know, you weren't putting on some sort of caricature or, you know, acting a different way on your stream than you are in real life. You know, everyone was being very authentic. And, you know, I think one of the things Kong did was he, like, gifted one of my mods the Spider-Man game. Spaden!
Oh, yeah.
And so that was like a real moment.
Man, I miss Spade. Spade into the being able to do stuff like that, that's what, you know, that stuff felt good, man. Being able to do giveaways in stream and stuff like, man, that was a fun time. It was a fun time. I literally enjoyed doing it. Even when G would do this,
Yes.
like we'd just randomly get into games of name that movie quote or name that movie from a quote that we'd say.
Yeah, name a quote.
Yeah.
Something that we'd like mock, and then we'd do it again for people to get. We just send them like a cash app.
Like that junk was fun. That's the type of stuff that I miss about, you know, Twitch, because it was so easy to do giveaways. That's one of the cool things that I liked. It was so easy to do giveaways.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I mean, to be honest, I would still love to do that even now, but you know, I ain't got no platform to do that. No, I'm not coming back to Twitch because F you, Twitch.
He'll be back. It's February, guys.
That's the title.
That connection, man. That's one of the things that I miss about Twitch.
Absolutely. Authenticity and putting good out into the world.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Doing something good with your platform.
Not worrying about hey, you got such and such amount of views in your stream. That's not why I'm here. But thank you, random person in the chat.
Oh, I hate when people bring that up. It's the worst. They're like, "Hey, Aaron, view count's a little low today. I thought you were doing really well."
Let me give myself a shout out. What are you doing? That's not even my normal protocol for my shout outs. What is happening right now?
People
like
will do
my
that,
stream literally existed,
Like,
and I
do I-
always say
do I need
this,
to
it
act
literally
clown now?
existed as promotion for other people. But when you're doing it inorganically and it just like isn't genuine, come on. We're not about the show here. This is literally me. No gimmicks. You might get some decent graphics because obviously that's my job, but as far as the whole show, shuck and drive, that wasn't me at all.
No, I thought that was really cool. That you would sort of just glance in chat and you would see how many other creators that you were supporting with sort of technically free ad space, where you were just like, oh, hey, this person can promote their Etsy store, their podcast, their clothing line.
Yeah.
You
this
can see
person
that
has other stuff
everybody's
going
got to
on.
hustle, but you've vetted all these people and you've allowed them to have that space, and you've shared that. And so people get the wrong idea. They think, oh, I can shout out my clothing line too, even though
Now's
Lady
my
G
time.
doesn't know who I am at all.
Meanwhile, literally the people on that list that made that list,
Mm-hmm.
I was actually a customer of theirs. This wasn't like untried and true tested products. I'm
There
not going
you
to tell you to
go.
go to the store, and I've never stepped foot in there. Like, these were actual people I supported. So, hey, you guys should support them too. Like,
Mhm.
it's cyclical. But that aspect, people do not get that at all.
No. It's a very unusual feature that you were utilizing. No one else, I don't see anyone else doing that on Twitch.
I liked the time alerts. It was great. Like, if the chat isn't going and flowing, it kind of like breaks it up too. So that way, if somebody did have a question about something, you can answer that, and then kind of like bounce back and forth between like the actual chat and what was going on.
It'll also take the pressure off of me when people was trying to make fun of me for whatever I did.
Whatever you were eating that day, spicy hot Cheeto macaroni, his food choices.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Chaotic.
It was.
And the entire chat would just turn on him like, what is happening in here?
This is man eating.
I was hungry, man. Y'all can catch me on AaronShack page. I'm going YouTube now. I'll be a YouTube star.
Tune in on YouTube.
Yeah, you can do it. It's not as hard as it seems, and there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that have to go down. You're typing out your tags, your title, your description, you're making videos, editing videos, live streaming. And the way you live stream on YouTube is a little different. You have to set up your stream on the front end. You got to have your thumbnail, and you sort of set a time that your stream is going to start, and people can RSVP to it. You can post that link out in places, and people can click the link and see your thumbnail and see, hey, this video's starting in 2 hours. Like, go ahead and start typing in the chat room or something, whatever you can do.
Can you do that on Twitch? Huh? I mean, you can type into someone's empty chat room and be a fucking creeper.
Yeah,
which I've found before, which is very strange. Some
it's
people
not
just
helpful.
be in your chat. You know that?
Yeah.
Like, has anybody noticed that?
People just hang out.
When you're not streaming, people are just in your chat?
Yeah.
They're so weird.
No, it's really... Even people that are early to the YouTube live streams, it freaks me out sometimes when they're like, I'm waiting. Someone will say something. They'll be like, why aren't you live?
Aaron, where are you?
I'm waiting.
That's so... Who is this and why do they keep yelling at
It's 10 o'clock.
You're late.
No, but I love that feature. At least it makes that actual link live. And it
makes it
doesn't
so much easier.
Yeah, there's no turnover and the link doesn't change to something else once you go live. Like, it's so seamless.
So YouTube does give you a lot of tools, and I know that sounds like a lot of work having to make thumbnails and stuff like that, but once you get started, I threw together, Lay G saw this, I threw together a video literally 30 minutes before we started recording this, recorded that video, and posted it just as we were starting the podcast. She was like, what are you doing?
He literally did. And I'm just like, whoa,
hey,
whoa,
I'm working. I got to drop this fire content, Got to drop the daily video out here. Yeah. So
you know what it is. It's YouTube
But I'm
time.
so quick at it. Yeah.
Consistency, people.
So that's the other important thing now that you bring that up. Consistency is key. Whether that's one upload a week or daily uploads. I know people recommend that you're pretty heavy with the uploads when you're a gaming channel. You need to be pretty consistent and regular if you want people to find your stuff. But maybe if you're a vlogging channel or traveling and stuff like that, you can get away with a weekly video because you're traveling to exotic locations and you're taking time to film and edit videos and stuff like that. So depending on what your content is, consistency is key, because how does YouTube recommend you if you're not regularly putting out content? How do your viewers find your content if it's not showing up in the feed? So if I'm not posting regularly, some of my old videos might show up in your YouTube feed and you might scroll and find me. But if you're not watching me regularly, the algorithm starts sorting me out. It starts going, oh, you may be subscribed to him, but because he hasn't put anything out in 3 years, then you're not going to see as many videos from him unless you start watching other videos that are similar to his, and we start recommending his older videos. So the more you have, the more you upload, the more tools you have to grow your channel, and consistency is key. Just like a TV show, if a TV show puts out some episodes but misses a week, that throws off the whole schedule. People might find something else to do Friday night at 7:30,
Oh, that's TGIF hours.
Yeah, primetime television. For me, I've found that 10 a.m. is a really good upload time because 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's
Central,
during work. That's perfect.
That's 8 a.m. for the West Coast, and, it's like 11 a.m. for the East Coast. And then I'm thinking also 6 hours in the future, about people in the UK, like what are they doing? It's probably 4 o'clock in the UK at that time. So that means they're probably getting off work around 4 or 5 and getting home for dinner and stuff. So if my video shows up at 4 o'clock, they can start going, oh, hey, let me add this to my watch later list. Or, oh, I'm going to watch that video when I get ready for bed tonight. And so I'm thinking about that in regard to all the time zones. I'm thinking 10 a.m. Central, people are waking up, checking their phone. They see my video on YouTube. They're like, oh, I'll check it out real quick while I'm getting ready. You know, whatever it may be, no matter what time it is, know your audience, know the time that they're checking YouTube, and you have to play around with that before YouTube. I had to make a lot of videos before YouTube could, because YouTube has to gather that data before they can give it to you. So if you don't have that data for YouTube to find, if you don't have enough viewers or enough videos, they can't recommend it. So at some point, I start seeing a heat map of like Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. seems to be a hot time that all my viewers are on YouTube.
You have to carefully curate your content, people, and actually organize it to where it works for you and your audiences.
And I'm by no means the last word on all this stuff. I'm just recommending what
Don't
works
listen to
in
him.
my
He
experience.
is the last word. This is Aaron's episode. Everything he says here is the last word.
It's true. It's 100% true. But yeah, any other type of channel could have a totally different set of rules. But if you have the baseline understanding that I've laid out here, you can apply it to a fashion channel or whatever it may be.
Ain't nobody taking no notes, man.
I would hope you're taking notes, because he literally gave you a lot of gems.
Yeah, if you need to go back and re-listen and write stuff down.
No. They will go back and re-listen. Go get a notebook, pause here, we'll wait, and then rewind, and then go listen to it again.
And that was another big thing. I got the notebook out. I wrote down goals. I wrote down ideas for videos, and I started putting check marks as I met certain goals. Like last year, my big goal was to get 4,000 watch hours. We're at 4,400 watch hours right now. So I beat that goal.
Nice.
But now I'm trying to look at the future, getting more subs, getting more watch hours, trying to get a video above 10,000 views. So I have goals, and then I have different games that I want to possibly make videos about throughout the year, old and new. Anytime I come up with a unique idea of something I can do on my channel, I write it down. There's a lot of value in just having a notepad and thinking of cool ideas, scheduling things, planning things. You have to look at this, even if you're not looking into monetization or anything, if you're just doing this as a hobby or for fun, you can organize your thoughts and make sure that you're holding yourself accountable instead of just making videos and throwing everything at the wall and just seeing what works. You know, you can look at the analytics of what works and try to repeat that. Look at your 10 biggest videos and go, okay, how can I expand on those videos?
But that's a lot of work.
It is, yeah. It's all of a sudden it's a lot of work.
Like, I didn't say it was easy.
Nobody said it was just turn on, go live, and ooh, viewers. No, it's a grind.
But that work pays off because I can really tell that it's doing something here. I'm actually building something at this point.
I feel like what people miss is that you gotta have, when you set out to do something like this, is everybody want that quick and easy turnaround. You gotta have determination. If y'all actually listen to the episode, this man got determination. We do this podcast, and granted, I slacked off, but it's something that I always wanted to do. So I'm determined to get through this whole year to make sure at least I don't miss a couple of months of worth of podcast ever again. So, I mean, you got to be determined to get this stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
You got to want to put your best foot forward. And Aaron Shack, my goodness, do you put your best foot forward?
You have to. And so with your podcast, I mean, you have to plan out episodes, you have to book guests, you have to make sure that you're putting episodes out consistently. There's not a lot different between a podcast and a YouTube channel and a successful Twitch stream or a Patreon creator. They all have to abide by a certain set of rules, standards, and consistency is one of the key things. Planning things out, maybe having that notepad is a good thing. Coming up with questions to ask your guests, topics for your conversation to make sure things don't get off the rails. You know, just having an idea of like, what are we going to talk about on this show? How can we take advantage of the guests that we have and ask, you know, really good questions that the audience wants to hear?
Yeah, absolutely. And not just like the standard run of the mill. So tell me about yourself, Aaron. I don't care about that. Tell me about the juice. Where do you live? That's cool. What do you do for a living?
What's your favorite color?
Exactly. Nobody gives. I mean, we care, but no, that's not for this.
Yeah, viewers are gonna click off if you're doing the what's your favorite color and what's your hometown.
Yeah, exactly. He's been here before, but you haven't seen him in this capacity by himself, getting the spotlight. Exactly. This is why we like Aaron, guys. Secrets out.
What's your favorite color, Aaron?
You want some? Yeah, you want some value. I'm a teal guy, so I'm providing value here. And here's the other thing. If anyone needs any help, you can always reach out. I know I said I'm not using social media anymore, but I do check the notifications. So you can reach out on Twitter, AaronShack64 TV. You can reach out via Discord, whether it's DM or you're in the channel, any of the Discords that I'm in. You know, if you just @ me and have any questions, I'm always happy to help people. I've set up chat bots for people with their live streams. I've answered questions. I've been guests on podcasts. You know, I love having these conversations, spreading the knowledge of how I got to where I am and helping other people get there. I like to give back. I like to educate. And so if people need me to make more videos, I've made some, but, you know, if there need to be more videos explaining how I approach YouTube, or here's how to do this, you know, here's how to understand some feature or something, then I can definitely do that.
Seize your opportunity. Just don't ask him what his favorite color is. And I'll put all of his information in the description box. Of course, that way you can click on the links, or you can visit the website where he'll have like his whole, you know, rundown of links and how you can actually get into contact with him. Even though he's gonna ignore you. I mean, he just said that because he was very ignorant. But whatever.
He's too famous.
He's way too famous to look at his DMs.
Yes.
No, that's the other thing. I am very active in the comments section on YouTube. I don't let a comment go by without at least saying something. Because the more comments there are, the more likes there are, the more a video is getting interacted with, then it's going to get recommended more. So I think it's important to be active in that aspect, but also to cultivate your community, your audience. And I've spent a lot of time communicating with people that might be kind of vicious in the comments section. They'll be like, oh, this outfit for Captain America looks ugly. Oh, it's the grossest thing I've ever seen. And I'll say like, okay, well, that's your opinion, but, you know, don't use slurs. You know, keep things appropriate. Don't attack other people in chat. So we've tried to sculpt the community that when people are commenting on my videos, I've made sure that people know we're going to keep it clean. You can discuss your thoughts and opinions, but you don't start insulting other people. I want to have a very nice and clean comment section where if people need information or they want opinions and thoughts, they can scroll through there and they'll find a wide variety of it, but it's not going to be, you know, what you expect from YouTube content, YouTube comments, which is often pretty nasty attacks against each other. Like, how could you like this skin? It's terrible.
Yeah, YouTube gets very personal.
You're the worst.
They're like, did I say something about your mother? Why are you so upset about this?
So interacting with that is key.
It can get bad.
Yeah, exactly. Once
like,
it gets to that.
I don't get it, but okay. If you don't like it, then you don't like it.
And so I think that interaction is key. Yeah.
Aaron is fantastic. If y'all not subscribed to this man, please subscribe to this man.
And ring that notification bell.
Subscribe to Aaron now on YouTube. It costs you nothing. Click that button so it turns red.
Cost you $5.
No, it won't. It won't cost you $5.
That's true.
Not this time. Not yet, we should say.
He will give you $5.
But yeah, all links will be in the description below. Feel free to click. Visit us at rebelvibemode.com. You can also see what guests have been on in the past and visit their links there as well if you prefer. Subscribe to us and Aaron on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Love will keep us together.
Also subscribe to us on your... Oh, no!
Man, you dick.
Thank you guys for having me on. This was killer.
I hate you so much.
Oh, no problem. Gee. We'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Mad love, y'all.